Hello, my name is Andrew Nguyen, Director of Innovation and Startups at the Greater Peoria Economic Development Council. And you might wonder, why am I here today? And really, the key point here that I'm trying to make is if you're thinking about starting a business or are facing challenges in your business, your existing business, really what I want to address is some of you are here and thinking about starting a business, or you already just started a business and you have questions and you have concerns. And then we get to, oh, you made some money, but how can you make more money in a sustainable way to grow your business and to scale? And what we call this here is the messy middle. There are a lot of questions, a lot of team issues, and a lot of conflicts. How do you delegate work? How do you set up the operational part of things on the way up to making a lot more money? So how can an EDC help? So I don't know if you can see from the back, but there are a lot of dots. There are a lot of dots on the screen. And really, what we do at the EDC is to connect those dots. So this is a connected dot picture of the Mona Lisa, drawn by this guy called Thomas Pavet from Melbourne, Australia. And so if you, I'll do it again. So you can see that now that you see after, you can actually see the Mona Lisa's portrait up there, and then, but then you zoom out and you begin to see that that actual sort of rendering of Mona Lisa. So all that to say is that the EDC does help you connect the dots in the region and beyond, right? And that's also what 1 Million Cups does with regards to building the community and building the network, and we want to be part of that too. So specifically, how can the EDC help? So the training programs, startup workshops that will begin to be running, one-on-one business consulting, as well as a co-working space down in the warehouse district. I'm glad that Ross spoke about Brave Launch because he's talking about the scalable businesses of the world, which is the next part that I'm going to get into, the training programs that we have and startup workshops. So Ross talked about the Lean Launchpad and the iCore frameworks. I also want to share a little bit, being from the East Coast, the innovation framework on the East Coast called Disciplined Entrepreneurship that was taught at MIT. Some of you may know that I was previously working at MIT for about 4 years in an innovation management program called MIT Boot Camps. And so this is a 24-step process that systematically takes you through how to start a business, from diagnosing problems to understanding your customers. Can you create something for them that they will actually pay for, and show me the money, right? Because really at the end of the day, you're starting a business not just for yourself, but really to create a sustainable business going forward. The other part that I want to talk about specifically too is designing for change. So knowledge doesn't necessarily change behavior. So you really have to understand the experience and behaviors that you're creating in a business to design and to be very, very intentional about the change, for that change to happen. And so then we get into the idea of behavioral insights, understanding how people think, why they think this way, the emotional connections related to decision making. And it's largely collected in an area called behavioral economics. And so we will begin to roll out workshops, hour-long type workshops or half-a-day type workshops sponsored by the EDC. For everyone in the community to sign up. And then, so Ross talked about the scalable businesses. We're going to be looking also at the Main Street businesses. The next Co-Starters program that will be running for Main Street businesses that are looking to set up shop locally and to expand into the region will be in August, September this year. And it is, again, like I said, are we solving real problems? Do you understand who your customers are and what you can do for them? And of course, let's make it a viable business. And here's the cut to a video testimonial from Michelle Bohm, founder of Inspired Style Company, Salon and Boutique, who is here in the audience today. And I'm going to play a very short video of her story on Co-Starters that just ended. Hey, Michelle, you're here.
Yes.
Would you mind standing up and sharing your story?
Hello, I'm Michelle Bohm. That's me, founder of Inspired Style Company. We're a salon and boutique, opened in Pekin 2 years ago last month. Thank you. We opened in Pekin 2 years ago last month, and I did the Co-Starters program because I'm a jump first, ask questions later girl, and I jumped 2 years ago, but I didn't ask any of those questions, so I was really stuck in that messy middle and needed I needed to get it together and figure out a sustainable plan. We were growing faster than I thought we would, and so Co-Starters helped me lay out the foundation. Everything from, like I said, the customer discovery to being able to really identify and articulate the problem that my customers were having, and then identify and articulate how I was going to help them solve it. So it was great just laying that out. The other advantage that I have, we have a couple other fellow cohorts here in the room. Lenora was with me and Ashley was with me. And just being able to be in the room with other women that were starting their businesses and realizing that we're all going through the same struggles. We're all in there like, I don't know what to do, help me. So it was a really great experience meeting those women, and now we have a group of 9 of us that are in kind of the same stage, and we can work together over the coming years. And just having somebody I can bounce ideas off of is fantastic. So I am very, very grateful for the Co-Starters program. What else should I add? Anything else?
That's
okay.
Good. Thank you. So that brings me to the next part. So we talked a little bit of the co-working space, and really it's the idea of the co-working space is for individuals who are looking to start new businesses and can't afford the high overhead costs of rent downtown or anywhere else in Peoria. So what we've done is we've specifically kept the rent low, and this is just a picture of the front of entrance into the space, as well as what the open space looks like. These here are the dedicated desks that we have for more mature businesses that continue to generate profits, and then really the open area at the back is an open desk space that is available. Also, we have reservable conference as well as meeting rooms, and now also even an ensuite. And so, in celebration of 1 million cups on the first Wednesday of every month, we'll be opening the Nest as a open co-working day, community co-working day, and everybody after 1 million cups is invited to tour the Nest, come eat lunch there, talk to people, and we look forward to having you. Oh, and it's at 820 Southwest Adams Suite C. So yeah, that's it for now. I'm open to questions. You'd like to schedule a one-on-one innovation consulting meeting? There you go. Yeah, Ashley.
Do you have any idea when the design change workshops will start?
So, great question. If I think you have my email, but if you don't have my email already, just email me, and we will get to you. It's probably going to be in the next 2 to 3 months. Yeah.
What is that?
Great. So, like I said earlier, design for change is, so like I said, knowledge doesn't necessarily change behavior. But knowledge can change behavior if you design the experience right. For example, if you say, turn off the lights when you leave the room, but half the time your kids don't turn off the lights. What if there was a way to design an incentive for them to actually think about turning off the lights, right? If you forget to turn off your lights every time you leave the house, maybe you should do it like what the hotels do. They have a key card. Of course, you're not going to do a key card to turn off the lights, but maybe you can hang your keys by the door. Maybe you can do these little tweaks in your daily experiences that could potentially change that behavior. A little bit more about what we would be learning in that design for change. It's based on this framework called the 3B framework. And the reason why it's called 3B is because there are 3 B's in it, okay? So behavior, identifying key behaviors that you're looking to address, lowering barriers, and then amplifying the benefits as part of that. So really, design for change is designing the experience for that change to happen in your businesses, in your personal life, in everything that you see around you. How could that be perhaps better? It doesn't necessarily apply to startups and business, personal life, but also from a corporate side, right? If you're working at a large corporation, there are small things that you can actually do and experiment and change to create really big impacts. Any other questions? Yes, Ross.
So you came here a few months ago, right? And you've been experiencing a lot of things around this area. What do you see as the strengths of the entrepreneurial community around here?
So is that a trick question? What I see to be significant here is an incredible sense of community, and I think community is really important, especially because innovation and entrepreneurship is hard. And so I think you may have already heard this before. It's an African proverb: if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And then at MIT, what we said, if you want to do the impossible, found a team. And so that's really core to how I think in what we do here at the EDC. It's not just about doing it ourselves, but working with partners like Bradley, the SBDC Turner Center. Turner Center, right?
Yes.
Okay, because it's a Turner school. And all the different regional chambers, cities, towns, and all the partners together. We're in it together in the Greater Peoria region, and that's what we're really here for, to connect with each other and to make a concerted effort to move forward together, and that's really that. Well, thank you for your time today, and I look forward to meeting you afterwards.
Andrew, I better ask before I forget.
Yeah.
What can we in the 1 Million Cups group and the local entrepreneurial community do to help you further your mission?
Absolutely. So really, we exist as a resource for new businesses, individuals that are looking to transition and explore entrepreneurship as a pathway. And so we're happy to connect with you and your friends. Please let everybody know that we're here. I think traditionally the EDC has worked with, B2B, government, nonprofit organizations, but really what we want to be here is to be rooted in the community, to be at the grassroots level, because you really need both. You need the top down with all the large corporations, cities, councils, etc., villages, but you also need the grassroots part, so it's bottoms up part. So they can't exist separately in silos or vacuums. So we want to be connecting across, as you could argue like a mosaic of sorts. So really that.
Fantastic. Now, I noticed that you brought up the Nest co-working open houses and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Are there some other networking events that your local startup community people, participants, stakeholders should be aware of? Anything else on the docket we should watch out for?
Sure. So I want to say also, we're supporting the Peoria Innovation Alliance survey, which is if you have a business, if you're looking to start a business, we want to understand, right? We're approaching it from the bottoms up perspective of help us understand what do you need so we can help you and we can walk with you on that journey. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.